Yo, so listen. I would like us to just go through our COVID experience real quick. I, uh, if I should have asked this question, I asked you if y'all were comfortable, but I didn't get into other things because I want to actually. The questions I got is, and I know these answers. This is for the people theoretically, and y'all tell me. We'll make the decision right here on camera because this is what we do. I want to know theoretically, have you had COVID? If you're willing to share it, are you vaccinated? If you're willing to share that, and mandates that are now being released. What's your opinion and your thoughts concerning the mandates?
Bang bang. So I had COVID. I had COVID in July. What happened? Yeah, I had COVID in July, and it wasn't like I had a really light strain. I mean, it was definitely Delta, but I had a light version of it. Like, I just lost my taste, lost my smell. Was feeling mad.
Lost my internet
super
connection.
Emotional. Huh?
Your internet was acting up, bro.
Why ain't y'all boo me?
Because we don't
gotta boo me,
you.
bro.
We doing what you do.
You gotta boo.
Well,
Nah.
You gotta
I think
boo
we
for-
only boo if we can't hear you and we can't see you.
True.
Listen, just know I'm gonna boo y'all regardless.
Shame.
So, but it was crazy though.
Right now, Corey, you doing this. This is how you look right now.
Word. Got me looking out here crazy.
Is that how you look on y'all screen too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh snap, that's crazy. So it was like mine wasn't that bad. The worst thing was staying in the house for 10 days. And then it was like after 10 days, it was done. I got everything back, got my taste back, smell back. You know what I'm saying? I was back out in the streets. I went to where'd I go? I went out of town like 3 days afterwards. So that was good. But you know what I'm saying? It's COVID.
Quarantine.
Huh?
3 days out of town after COVID or after quarantine?
After quarantine.
Oh, okay. Just making
sure. Yeah. So after the 10th day, they say that you can go back out and you're not contagious anymore. So definitely have not got the vaccine yet. But
have you had the jab? And what are your thoughts on the mandates?
Oh yeah, I don't care about that kind of stuff. Like if they mandate it, all right, I'm not tripping. You know what I'm saying? Like to me, it just doesn't matter. Like I'll get it if they make me get it. If not, I'll probably get it regardless. I just haven't gotten around to getting it. So I don't have a strong opinion about it.
Bree, let's keep this moving because y'all know we got time. Bree.
No, I have not had COVID. I am fully vaccinated. And I don't have an issue with the mandates at all. I know some people do, but I think the bigger priority is managing a public health issue that's global. And any decisions that are made are for the greater good of, all parties involved. So I don't have an issue with it.
Ms. Bells.
Yes, I have had COVID. I gave my entire family, all 4 of my children and my husband, COVID.
That's not funny. It's funny.
I was not in these streets. I was for a work thing. I had an online event, and I was like, I need to be in quiet. So I went to Airbnb, and people was in the Airbnb. I wasn't thinking straight about that, and I was eating in the common area. Somebody came in, blew their nose in front of me, and I knew I had it right then and there. I was like, I have COVID.
Really?
I was like, if I get COVID, it's from him. And that, sure enough. Wow. So it was light. It was last year. So it was light, but it wasn't. I had it the worst than everybody else. But yeah, lost taste, lost smell, all of that. We did get the vaccine last month. I'm actually 5 days late from getting my second shot.
Second one?
Yes. So we probably
they got a week and a half, I think, 2 weeks, somewhere between that to get that second shot. Once your date is up, I believe you only have like a week or so, week and a half to get it.
Right.
So.
We'll probably get it this weekend because I don't want to. That was a lot.
You can get both shots now, though. You can get both shots at once now.
Oh no, I'm not doing that. First of all, the one shot I got, I felt like I had COVID, and I just heard that people who've had COVID and they get the vaccine, you get the symptoms worse. So you get worse symptoms than.
I haven't heard that. I've heard that people who have had COVID developed those antibodies and then got the vaccine. I heard that them jokers was like impenetrable to COVID because they got the antibodies and the vaccine. Like,
Yep. I mean,
and I'm being extra, but seriously, you got antibodies and you got vaccine. Like you know, whatever. My COVID story.
You had COVID, Quote?
No, I don't think I did. Listen, probably in January, because everything shut down in March, right?
Yeah.
In January of 2020, I was in Williamsburg with a good friend at a marriage retreat, late January, and we caught something down there, and it was bad. It was bad, but I went and got tested. We weren't testing for COVID at this time, and they was like, "Yo, we just tested you. You got the flu." Now I don't know if that means that they were like, I don't know what was showing. Nobody had information at that time, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, it was bad. I just remember it was bad. I don't know about taste, but I was having breathing issues, you know, whatever the case may be. But they said, "Yo, this is a flu test. You got the flu," and so that's what it was. 2 months later, the world shuts down, right? So as far as I know, I've never had COVID, right? I was skeptical about the vaccine, more fear-based than anything, I think. You know what I mean? Just more fear-based than anything. I know people think that that's not rational, but just things have happened. You know what I mean? And things have happened to Black people.
Yeah.
I think seeing a lot of white people getting the virus made me feel a little safer.
Same.
And then I'm sorry, it's just
that's real.
I'm not a conspiracy theorist for real, but there are things that have happened in history, like Tuskegee experiments were real. Like there was a lot of our leaders in the Black community whose phones were tapped and they were killed from the government. That is not conspiracy. That is real, right?
Yeah.
So whatever. But ultimately, I really think it was a mixture of, and I don't know why this is. I'm not a big TD Jakes watcher or nothing like that. I got respect for the man though. Jakes was on Breakfast Club talking about it, and he said it was the right decision for himself. And for something about that and the fact that we had domination coming, and domination we knew was going to have 300-400 people, if not more, in a building. Those factors was like, yo, let me go get this vaccine, and that was in April, I think. April, May, sometime around there when I went in and got vaccinated. Mandate-wise, my initial thought was mandates is whack. Let's not do that. Let's not mandate people to do stuff. But I think I was probably seeing that in the eyes of, we already got all these polarizing sides. Let's try to understand each other instead of just making each other do stuff.
Yeah.
That was my thought process. I think initially, I'm more so leaning to, listen, man, we've been obeying doctors for years. Like, to go to school, you got to have certain shots.
For sure.
Like, we've done this. This is not new.
True.
You know what I'm saying? Like, why are we being so finicky about this stuff? Like, then that's another thing. Like, we experts, because we ain't. And we've been putting stuff in our body for a long time without knowing necessarily, just because the doctor signed a prescription and told us to do. My point is this: if you don't want to get a vaccine, I get it, because I think I was there at one point, but I have to admit I'm at the point now where I'm starting to raise my eyebrows. Like, you really don't? Like, why? Like, really, why? Like, what is it really about? You know what I'm saying? I'm starting to get, at first I was just like, mandates whack, nah, we shouldn't be making nobody. I'm starting to be like, well, we've got other stuff that we've been sticking in ourselves for years.
Yeah.
Why is this so much different? What is this really about? And then it starts feeling a little bit more political. It starts feeling a little bit more silly.
Yeah.
When, like Bree said, I mean, we have a national health crisis, do we not?
Absolutely.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
look at the numbers.
And then
numbers.
Listen to this, the numbers, and then in my opinion, and a lot of the doctors, it's the fact that don't get me wrong, we were already studying SARS vaccines and stuff like that from things that even happened during the Obama administration. But the fact that we got a vaccine so freaking quick,
it's crazy.
I think we're not being appreciative of that. I don't think we're glorifying the name of God for that. Like that, I believe that was a miracle. I asked an old dude, he was at my my wife keeps old people around, and I think it's because she works in the hospice. Anyway, he was at the crib, and he was talking to me about the polio and how polio hit and when a polio vaccine came or whatever the case may be. And I was like, oh, it took a few years for that to really come through, didn't it? He was like, heck yeah. It took a few years so people appreciated it. They was ready to get that thing.
Yeah.
Our joint was such a blessing of God that it came so quick that it gave people time to hesitate. If you had been going through that turmoil for some years, cats would have been running to get vaccinated probably. We just ungrateful out here is what I'm starting to feel like. That's my thought.
I think it's a mixture though, because, you know, like you said earlier, you know, we don't, there are a lot of medical doctors who are not trustworthy, right? Or there is a lot of medical information out there that is not trustworthy and that does not necessarily work for everybody's body type either. So it's not like,
and that's a whole thing as well. You're right.
Absolutely. So it's like we can't always kind of like trust this blanket like a solution, right? So I understand that in that sense because I'm the type of person who's allergic and like very sensitive to everything, medicine, like food, everything. So somebody like
I am not. Right.
Yeah,
but
so somebody like me, I had to wait and like do mad research. I'm talking about I'm in like 50 clubhouse rooms listening to like for hours. I'm like, Lord, help me. I'm praying. I'm like, God, like, I don't know, you know, because I'm hearing stories from somebody that I know. Her brother died after the day after getting the vaccination because his job made him get it. His job was like, you have to get it or you have to go. You have to leave. And he was like, I don't want to get it, but I'm going to go get it. He had to get tested. He was tested negative for COVID. He got the vaccine. The next day he was dead. So it's like, for me, that had an impact on me not getting it. But then my friend Biz dies from COVID.
Because he didn't have it.
Yeah. And he didn't. And I was like, you know what, God? I was looking at the numbers. I was seeing how almost 100% of the people who died from COVID did not have a vaccine. So I'm like, okay, you're saying 100%, 97% of the people who are dying don't have the vaccine? All right. So that for me, it kept like, this is common in most cities and states at this point. I'm looking at these numbers. I'm doing the math. I'm like, all right, you know what? I'm going to have to just trust God and do it. So that was my main reason, but it took me a long time. You know, like I said, I just got it last month. I was kind of like, you know, skeptical, but you just got to look at what's happening. I think in terms of the mandates, I am still very, it's hard because I don't think that you should, I feel like it should be a case by case situation. And I know that's hard to do though, right? Because you can't really, because I'm thinking about the medical people like New York firing all these people who are not getting the vaccine, which is crazy because if they've been working amongst COVID patients for almost 2 years, and if they haven't gotten COVID or they have had COVID in the past and they've got antibody, like why are we firing them if they don't want to get the vaccine? Like that part I don't really understand. And we're already running low on medical staff. So you're bringing in people. It's a lot. To me, I don't think that it should be mandated for jobs that don't really like, not that they don't matter, but I'm saying like for particular jobs, I feel like you shouldn't have to force them to do it. Yeah. But I do understand in a hospital or when you're working directly with people, I understand it. It just feels wrong to me.
To mandate. And I feel you on that. Even though, I mean, I understand it and I feel you on that, even though I think I have grown to the fact that there are other shots and things that we have been mandated for years. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I definitely get it. Indeed. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning into the Tastemakers Pod. Of course, remember to like and subscribe. Definitely make sure to comment below. Hey, share this out. Let people know what we have going on with here at the Tastemakers Pod. We do this every single week, and we hope to go live soon. With that being said, that's your girl Trisha Bell. That's Light Skin Stories. That's Sabrina. My name is Quote. Thank you guys for tuning in.
Peace, peace, love you, love you.